of José Antonio LABORDETA School. We are Marcos, Nadia, Julia, and me, Sarah. We have investigated if we can prevent the growth of mold in bread using hand soap and hand sanitizer. We have used these materials: 16 slices of bread, 16 bags, gloves, sticky labels, 10 toasters, 3 spread boxes, trays, camera, liquid soap, and hand sanitizer.
Our question is if we can prevent the growth of mold in bread. We made different hypotheses. Sarah thought that in the sealed and toasted with water sample, a lot of mold would grow. Marcos and I thought that in the unsealed and toasted with water sample, a lot of mold would appear. However, Julia thought that in the sealed, toasted with hand soap only sample, a lot of mold would grow. How? In order to conduct the experiment, we follow these steps.
First, we label the bags following the chart. We put gloves in our hands not to contaminate the samples. We took bread and toasted half of them. We sprayed the bread, 4 with water only, other 4 with hand soap and water, and other 4 with hand sanitizer and water. We sealed half of samples, and the other half unsealed, and put the samples in trays. And the trays put in a dark, warm place. And we wait the mold start to grow.
We follow the steps that Marcos told you. We need to change the samples to a warm place because it was very cold in the toilet. The results are, in the untoasted bread, it grows more mold because it was moist. But in the toasted bread, the heat evaporates the water, and in general, the mold can't grow.
We thought that the soap can be effective to prevent the growth of mold, but it can't. In fact, we observed that our hypotheses are wrong. If you want to see that the mold don't grow, you need to put the bread in a cold and dry place.
We don't like mold to eat, but mold is good for medicines. For example, penicillin. And that are all the samples with the rest of all the mold. In this experiment, it grows 2 types of mold, the Civarus and the Fusarium.
All right, are you finished?
Yes.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I thought it was an excellent presentation, and it shows a lot of preparation. We're really impressed with your display, and also with the way you presented in English. So, congratulations. Now, we're going to ask you a few questions. We'll take turns. So, my question is, when you said that your hypothesis, Marcos The hypothesis was that in the unsealed, untoasted water sample, more mold would grow. Do you follow? Unsealed sample, more mold would grow. So how did you come up with this hypothesis? Why did you think so? Why did you think that mold would grow in the unsealed bag? Is this clear? Marcos? Where's Marcos? Marcos and Nadia. Anybody? How did you know that more, or why did you think that more mold would grow?
We thought because in science we learned that when you expose to air and material, a new substance is created.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much for this presentation. You can see that you did a very, very good work. And what I love from your presentation is how you displayed it with all the post slides over here so that we can really see what you have done. I also like a lot the table in which we can see all the different variables that you take into account. And I would appreciate also the conclusions to be inserted in that table. It's something that maybe you could improve. And something that I would like to ask you, it is, you said that your hypothesis was wrong. As scientists, because I can see that you are a good scientist, do you think that it is something good or bad getting a wrong hypothesis? So, or more or less, how did you feel when you get and you see that your hypothesis, your thought, was not according to reality?
How did you feel when you realized that
Let me rephrase. Okay? I'll repeat. Now, we found that soap is not very effective for preventing molds. Soap, hand soap, does not stop mold, right? Hand sanitizer does. So what does that tell you? What can you learn from that? What can you tell us? What's your conclusion about hand soap and sanitizer?
The conclusion is the hand soap and the hand sanitizer don't kill the insects.
Okay.
Well, very good, that's the point. So what I wanted to underline is that as scientists, when you get to a hypothesis, even if it is wrong or not, then you have a success. It's when trying to open in the door. You can open or not, but after that try, you know something. You know that the door is going to be open, or that the door is closed. So soap doesn't prevent mold growth, and that is something that we know now thanks to your experiment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll now move on to the next experiment.